Alright, so this is a couple days since I've took the truck out for a couple spins and tested it out, so I figured I'd take it on a good distance yesterday. 7 minutes away from my house wasn't really a good distance, but now I'm having a problem of the computer, I'm assuming, I guess. I don't know what happened, but the truck will fire right up. But the biggest thing about it is every time, no matter how much of that I give it, no matter if that's plugged in, it will not get above, like, I don't know, 2,000, 2,500 RPMs. And every time it gets up that high, I can put a test light on the injector wire right here. And it just, for some reason, the fuel gets shut off, the injectors get shut off until it drops to certain RPMs, and it revs up and revs up and revs up and revs down, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm stuck on that now. I don't know. It just happened literally out of nowhere. I was driving doing like 60 mile an hour down the road, and it just decided to do that. So now I'm chasing that problem. But I'll start it up and show you what I'm talking about. Just give me a second. Alright, so I'm fixing to start it up. It usually starts right up and runs fine. I mean, it's idling, no check engine light, no nothing. But I'm gonna go out that way, and I'm gonna put the test light on it to show you what I mean. I'm gonna go out there and to the motor part rather than being in here to do that. I don't know how good you're gonna be able to hear me, but connecting the test light to the hot host and the test light to the, make sure my thing ain't on it, to the injector wires. As you can see, it's flashing. So I'm gonna try to set that a certain way. Okay, it's flashing. So now when I give it fuel, watch, it'll just completely go out. That's all it'll do, even with the TPS. I'm gonna unplug the TPS and do it again. It does not change in idle or nothing. See, it's unplugged, no change in idle. Injectors are still firing. Nothing. So I believe the computer is going bad or something. I don't know. I haven't figured this out. But it just happened like that going down the road after it was running just fine. And that's the hot post. The computer grounds out the injectors on that wire. And just that's the ground. So I'm completely lost at this right now. I do not know what in the world it is besides the computer going bad or something telling the computer that it is not grounding out or whatever. I don't know. I thought about running the cold start injector straight, and when that, it only does it in high RPMs, and it's getting sparked constantly. Even when I rev it up, it gets sparked constantly. So I am completely at a loss of what's going on right now. I just know that the injectors, or the computer quits grounding out the injectors to obviously let it run. So, but that's what's going on right now. I did get 2 used tires for the front of it just to get it going for now. And then this happens. And you can tell on the dash for how many miles I've driven this thing for this to happen. I mean, I have no idea. But that's it for now, I guess, until I can get a computer to try it out. My dad's computer, apparently the computers for different models or whatever, California or federal, whatever it is, I think the 93s have a specific part number, just like 91 to 92, and then you got 94 to 95. It's a completely different computer for some reason, I guess, but I know the one my dad has, his is a 91, and it just, you've seen it, basically floods it out. Now if I put his computer in there, it'll actually rev up. because I've done that. I put his computer in the truck, back in the truck, and it would actually rev up, but it floods out and won't go nowhere. I can drive this, but I can't get it up past like 40 mile an hour or whatever it is, depending on how high I rev it. Each gear, once it cuts out, I'll switch to another gear, keep going, and then I just can't rev it high over a certain RPMs. I don't know what it is because I don't know what the dash. Don't have one in the dash right now or hooked up, but it's so weird how that just happens out of the blue. As I'm literally cruising down the road, smiling as excited as I could be just to be driving this thing. I know it's a retarded moment, but I don't know if somebody can comment and tell me what they think. See, there's 215,000 on it. There's like 214, probably 10 miles from rolling over to 215. So I've drove it a few miles, not enough to really say anything about it, but I will say it's got good heat, that's for sure. But I have no clue what to do now besides swap out the computer. There's no check engine light, so I can't figure that out. And I even tried to pull codes, and all it does is flash. There we go. I didn't realize it wasn't focused, but I mean, you can see that it idles just fine. I mean, the truck's dirty. I haven't cleaned it up, haven't had time to or chance to. But yeah, it's literally idles just fine. I just don't understand that. Oh well. Find out tomorrow, I guess. I'm gonna try my best to kind of show what the truck is doing rather than just sit there and explain it. I'm in second gear and I'm just coasting down a hill. I'm gonna give it a little fuel. Shift to third. Every time it gets to a high RPM, that's out. But I'm driving it. Like I said, it drives fine. It just, for some reason, the computer shuts the injectors off, so it's not getting fuel until it drops down to a certain RPM. And I can't drive it like that. Well, I mean, I could, but only on back roads, and I don't really want to risk the truck just quitting altogether, even though I kind of am right now. But I'm in fourth gear, giving it. It's pulling, but like I said, as soon as I get into the higher RPM range, it just altogether cuts out, and I don't have no power whatsoever. I'm going to try to turn around right here. Give me a second. Alright, I'm going up a hill right here. Doing it first. Hopefully I can hold the camera right and you'll see. Take off in first up a hill and see how it does. Finally come out. There it goes. I'm cutting out. Sorry about the camera quality. Second gear. Does it again. Third gear. I'm going up a hill, a slight or a pretty good incline of a hill. I'm in third gear. Now I'm in fourth. Still going up a hill. Not as steep, but still. And it's cruising, but I'm got it at like quarter throttle, maybe. I mean, I could full, but I'm full right now, but it's only when it gets up into the RPMs. Fifth gear, and I'm going 35 mile an hour. Well, at least that's what it says. So, but at least it goes. I can't say that. It's better than what it was before. But I'm gonna stop right here at this curve or turn. Pull in right here. Now, like I said, it just I don't know why it's doing that. It just randomly, and I've drove a mile, so it just randomly did that out of nowhere, cruising down the road at high RPMs, and ever since then it's done that. But that's that. I mean, heater worked good at least. But I don't understand why it's doing that, so hopefully I can get a computer tomorrow to put it in here. But I'll try to get a I guess a walk around of the truck. It's still a mess, so we'll see. There we go. The 93. It ain't no pavement, Princess, that's for sure. Those are the old tires that I had on the front. Just a regular old beater. That's all I really own is beaters. That's pretty much the truck. It's idling fine. It runs pretty much as good as it's gonna get. I mean, minus maybe a small miss here and there or whatever, but and there's a reason why I haven't covered those wires up, which is why, I mean, I was testing it too. So once I get everything good and I know it's gonna be all right, then I'll cover everything up and whatnot. But as for right now, it's all right. I'm gonna get back in the truck. I don't know if that's the best way to show it or if you could even really tell in the video, but I mean, it's the best I can do for right now. I gotta get my GoPro and fix the mount that goes on the windshield, and you can probably tell better, but other than that, that's it. I'm gonna try to get a better angle of how to show you what it's doing, but I'm in second gear. That's floored. You can tell by how it shakes. I'm gonna hold it to the floor. Fix it again, that's all. Maybe you can tell by the video shaking how it's doing. Now I'll let off a little bit. I'm gonna change gears to third. There's third gear. I'm going around the curve right now, so I don't know what you can see on the video, sorry. But I'm gonna give it a little bit. I'm gonna try to shine it up here. I can't see like that, hang on. I'm gonna floor it until it cuts out. Turn the flash, there we go. Okay. Somebody's coming across, hang on. Alright. Hopefully nobody's coming across now. Third gear, it's creeping up the hill. I'm on a quarter throttle, or not even that right now, but see if I can get it in a good spot to kind of show. I mean, it's driving, but like I said, once it gets up into the higher RPM, that's when it just shuts off all the fuel injectors. Apparently they fire all at once or something like that. Train tracks. Oh no, it's up here. Full throttle. Not in the high RPMs yet. Alright, downshift. Okay, second gear. Alright, I'm in full throttle. There it goes again. Shaking like crazy. Third gear. the speedometer kind of lose speed and it picks back up. I don't know if you can hear that on camera either. Now we'll switch fourth gear. There we go. So I mean, that's the best that I can show you right now. That's what's going on with it. Hopefully I can find a computer for it. I don't know what's going on. But a third. There we go. Fourth. That's full throttle. There it goes, cutting out. The speedometer losing speed. There it comes back. That's the computer shutting off the injectors. Alright, I'm gonna turn right here and stop the video.